Yeah, I've got time.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I wanted to jump into a title that I think needs some attention. Thunder, Tier 1. What's the basic premise? Well, it's a period piece, and I know it sounds silly calling it a period piece, but it's set in the 80s or 90s. It's that Vietnam, post-Vietnam tactics. Squad-based, real-time tactical shooter in an isometric view. Think Diablo and the original Rainbow Six had a baby, and this baby was the result of that relationship. Overall score of the game, I'd say it's a solid 8 out of 10. It's got some really great gameplay and value, and I think that you can engage with it pretty easily. My biggest takeaway is that it's not really a solo-style game, and if you do choose to play it solo, well, you better be good, because your AI teammates are not as spec ops as they'd like to believe that they are. You can try to hop into a quick match in multiplayer, but after waiting some serious time for additional players, I saw that no one was coming. I think that's probably due to the game popularity, as well as some features or lack thereof. I mean, let's be honest, it's a pretty exceptional game, but a great game with limited content still suffers the same issues as bad games with unlimited content. No one plays them. If you are playing this game, or you own it, and you're looking for someone to play with, I'll be leaving the 20-Minute Gamer Discord in the description. Drop on by to say hi, or drop on by and we'll spin up a game. I would love to find a group of people to play this with, and if you feel the same way that I do about the game and you're looking for someone to play with, well, I'd love to set up some time to make sure that that happens. So, what makes Thunder Tier 1 a bad game? Well, the enemies do seem to spawn in the same places. The option to throw a grenade can take too long, and I think long-range optics need some improvements. But I also think that's where my negativity really comes to a halt. I remember playing the original Rainbow Six and dying so many times on the first few levels. I remember playing them over and over and learning where to stage my team to make them as effective as possible. Well, there's a beauty in repetition. And as for throwing that grenade, well, I've chucked a few in my days in training, and yeah, you do sort of have a span of time between dropping your rifle across your chest, toss, and then the recovery of your rifle. In truth, it's these Call of Duty games pressing E or G to throw a grenade. They are the unrealistic ones, and they set up unrealistic expectations when a game like this comes along. Character creation is also okay. It's decent. As you level up, you get unlocks, new gear, patches, aesthetics. Most people I play with are using balaclavas anyway, so what the hell do you care what the face looks like? Your gear is also reminiscent of that Black Hawk Down era. You're using M14 rifles. You're using M4s with no rails and optics that mount 9 inches high atop a glorious fixed carrying handle. Vietnam-era flak vests and ranger vests that offer high mobility but limited or no ballistic protection. There's a real beauty in what they've created here. The physics in the game are also dialed to 11. I've had grenades slip through doorways that are narrowly shut, and I've had them catch on the same door jams and bounce back to me. So Krafton has really done their work on making sure this is a deep dive game. You can also pick up your fallen teammates because, well, no man gets left behind. If you need to drag them to a safe spot to heal them, do that. Break contact and GTFO, reestablish an area of assembly, regroup, and get back online. I find that people play games lately for the content and where it takes them, versus an unlimited swath of options inside the game. I've played a few of these levels in repetition, and even with a team of 4 guys, you can still easily get flanked unexpectedly. You can also still make a bad grenade toss and rupture your whole team dynamic. Another thing they've done is they have added mod support if that's your thing. They've got rifle mods in the Steam Workshop, and even a standalone type game called Survival, where it's you, a pistol, and zombies. Coming to a close, where do we sit on this game? I still say it's a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10. I love the era. I think the era of the game makes the tactics and the gameplay extremely realistic. Nowadays, we have drones that seem to clear buildings for us and all sorts of technologies that prevent the real need for some of these Vietnam-era tactics. So I think having games that rely on these types of gameplay features, they provide some everlasting content. Do you all go loud? Is it a covert ops mission? There's plenty of games out there that seem to be making a comeback on tactics-type gameplay. Door Kickers 2 comes to mind. Ground Branch also hails some pretty amazing tactical gameplay. So there you have it. An article of contradiction, it would seem. I've talked myself out of my own pros and cons. Great game, great gameplay, limited content, and of course the best way to play is also with friends. Maybe I'll see you out there. Nick out.